September the 5th. It is not September the 5th right now. No, it's October. And what you're witnessing now is a special showing of September the 5th. Now, there's a Q&A that's about to take Q&A is about to take place shortly. And from that point, there'll be a lot of people. What's good, Sincere? Everybody seems to get a notification for Screen Thing channel. Well, it deals with Munich in 1972. Back when the Olympic Games in Munich in 72, where these Israeli Olympians were taken hostage by some German militant group fighting for Germany. That didn't go very well. And it turned into a very bad day. They had to cancel the games. And now, here come the round table.
Hi, I'm Deborah Birnbaum. I'm the editor-in-chief in Gold Derby, and it's my pleasure to be moderating the Q&A tonight. We've got the creative team and the cast here, so let's just bring them all out. We'll start with the writer, producer, and director, Tim Feldbaum.
Hello. Hello, everybody. Good evening.
And then Peter Sarsgaard, please acknowledge. John Bagaro. Leonie Bedish. Ben Chaplin. And casting director Nancy Foy. This is your dream team.
But first of all, thank you everybody for coming here. It's a tremendous honor to. We just walked across this lot and said how beautiful it is here at Paramount, and we are very blessed that Paramount picked up the picture and that we can present it here to you. And thank you everybody for coming here.
It's very different, this film, from your previous films. So why did you want to tell this story right now?
Our movie is about that very specific moment in history and about that turning point in media history. Mm-hmm. And what we wanted to do is maybe to provide a way for the audience to
about our end up covering the news,
our own
covering this whole thing. 900 million people watched it.
Importance, but also the impacts of crisis reporting. I don't think that many people know my two previous movies. But I can say you came for the right one.
First live terrorist act ever filmed on television.
For the actors, I was curious to know, how much did you know of this story when this script landed, or however you got approached with this part? How much did you know about the backstory of this awful day?
I was aware of it. I was very familiar with it. I mean, I remember growing up, and it just seemed like, you know, every couple of years or so, there was something on like Dateline or whatever about the unit. You know, you'd see a special report or whatever. And so I was aware of the tragedy. I've been saying this, and it's true. I got my start as an actor, as a background actor in Munich, the Steven Spielberg movie. But, you know, obviously our film is very, very different. I had no idea that it was covered by a sports journalism team instead of a proper news crew. I was always under the impression that that famous image of the Black September member on the balcony was just a news journalist who shot that. So it was an education going through it, but the script was so strong, and when I got it, Peter and was already attached, so I figured if he's gonna agree to it, it must not be shit. And yeah.
Don't always assume that.
Yeah, I've realized that now, but but yeah, so it was an education.
The other challenge that you face is that, I've heard it said that a lot of acting is reacting, but you're reacting to footage that you're watching.
That's funny.
How was that filmed? Were you looking at it, were you actually watching archival footage, or were you watching green screen?
Was there green screen?
Yeah, in a very few occasions. I thought at the end, in a way, this is a movie about the media, right? And in a way, it's also a movie about people staring at monitors. And if that's, in a way, the essence of the movie, then these can't be green screens, right?
I mean, I have said this to you before, that I think you'd be a fantastic journalist, because that's what you were doing every step of the way. You were like, all the equipment has to work, all the rooms have to be how they were. I mean, you really were after the truth in a way that I think serves journalism, and I think that's something to me that really works about the film, is that we all felt a reality on set, so we could, because we had to be able to cut with real documentary footage, like from us actors to Jim McKay.
It was the whole thing felt very real, and the equipment. I mean, Tim set it up. People have asking us about the shoot. He did most of that. He did all that work for us. So that bit was easy, if you know what I mean, because of him and the designer and his insistence on it being. But then also for us, for me anyway, they're such good actors that it's real because they are, and that's the secret. It's not about you, it's about what you're seeing. If you're having a weak moment or a moment where it doesn't feel real, you always get it back from the other actor's eyes, and it was just, and that was to every single person in that room, and it's those people with a small part that absolutely is crucial to making it feel like it's a real world.
I mean, it was a company there. It was an ensemble and a company, and that extended beyond the principals. I mean, we had a background cast that was there from the start to the finish, that was there every day. A lot of them, some of them had experience in control rooms, others were actors, but they were part of the team, and they had to be reactive and present and watching the footage, and everyone was, every day giving 110%. And with the research that we had done, I spent 2 months in control rooms, learning how to call shows, how to produce a sports broadcast.
I give this
which was very
movie
important for us.
3.5 out of 4 stars.
And with all that bass and with that footage and this great company around us, it just became, I think,
It's an epic
we were
movie.
just responding, we were just listening.
It's short,
we were just playing
but it gets to the point.
situation, and it became real.
Leonie, I'd love to hear you talk a little bit about your character too. Marianne has probably the best evolution, or the greatest evolution. She starts as a translator, and she really honestly finds her voice. I love the moment where she starts screaming at everyone to shut up.
I remember when we first rehearsed that, and Tim he came up to me like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, but it says you wrote this." Because you thought that I was fed up with the team. Yeah, I mean, it's a gift. It's a very, actually really fun role, because she's a little bit of an outsider. I wasn't at the read through because Tim and I decided it'd be nice if I came to it a little bit like Marianne came to it, which is, someone who's not versed in the control room, but has her together and knows how to get on with things and get stuff done. She's a problem solver.
I knew the women would love that.
Real people that exist.
A woman telling a man in 1972 to shut up.
What research did you do to bring those characters to life, and how much obligation do you feel to
What?
recreate them in a accurate way?
1972.
For me, unless I'm playing Robert Kennedy, which I did, I don't worry about it that much. I feel like I take what's relevant and interesting from the story, from what I learned about them. But I really do think that the best way to honor someone else is to honor yourself and the role, and respect yourself in the way that all of us do.
And you knew the sports world also before, the sports TV world.
Oh yeah, I'm like